Okay, we're recording. Hey guys, welcome to the Power Hour. I'm Megan Goff. I see some teammates on, some sidelines. This is so fun. So I wanted to come to you tonight and encourage you because you may be coming from a place of discouragement or feeling overwhelmed. Do you ever feel overwhelmed? This business can lend to feelings of, oh my word, where do I start? So if you feel that way, know that you're not alone. And you don't have to do things perfectly, okay, in order to get some stuff done. So I'm Megan. I'm a mom of 6 children. Justin and I live on a farm in Illinois. And we actually just got home, like literally just got home. When I scheduled this Power Hour, I knew that I had committed to Tamra a couple months ago. And there was just some different things that it didn't logistically work out. So I'm so happy that we can do this. But just know that there's never the perfect time to work your business, right? We fit it in when we can. And I love that Brooke Hemingway says this business is as easy to do as not to do, because the things are actually very simple. So if you are coming from a place of discouragement or overwhelmingness, I wanted to share a couple of things just to share my mindset, my brain space with y'all. I love the Word of God, and there's some scriptures that just have ministered to me with this opportunity with Plexus. And I don't want us to forget the God factor and all of these things, because I honestly feel totally blessed in that I was led to Plexus for my health. And now I see how God has unfolded the opportunity for our family, for all of you guys, for your families, to be able to impact future with the opportunity that Plexus is. It's so huge. Like, I can't even wrap my brain around it a lot of days. So I wanted to share a couple of things that I have done in my business and that I believe has been the number one factor to success. And that is that I prayerfully, I pray over my business, and I pray that God directs me to people that need the products in this business. And I pray it was a scripture given to me when I first started. It was in Psalm 90, and it talks about, it talks about how God can establish the work of our hands. And there's also another scripture that talks about in Proverbs 3 that says to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him and he'll direct your paths. And I was thinking of the other scripture that talks about commit your work unto the Lord and your thoughts will be established. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, take a deep breath. Go look at some scriptures. Don't forget to pray. All those things can help you. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of throw that out there really quick. And I'm a busy mom, but plug in you're busy. That's what I was thinking. We're all busy. We all have things that are vying for our time, and time to work our business is vital, and the consistency factor is so important. So I was chatting with Justin on our way home from Iowa today, and I was asking him, I'm like, what would you say if you're hosting a Power Hour? And this was the first thing out of his mouth, and I'm going to read it to you because I think it's noteworthy. He said, success will only come from action. And I agree. Success will only come from action, taking action. We can learn all the things, we can hop on a team call or whatever, but unless we actually apply what we're learning and just hop in and do it, right? And the other thing that he told me, he said, the people in the convention contest that earned things worked hard and they had a plan. And so that's one of the things that I wanted to encourage us with is make a plan. You came prepared tonight with your list of 100, your follow-up list, and your team list, right? And I wanted to remind us, each other, because I'm learning too. I'm like, it doesn't matter what rank we are. This is a learning curve, whatever level we're at, right? The only thing that we can control is ourselves. And I know that, speaking just from my own personal experience and my own just the things that I've been thinking about is I want to encourage my team. I want to coach my teammates on all of those things. But really at the end of the day, the only thing that we can directly control is our own activity, right? And so don't forget that. I think sometimes it's easy in this business to be like, oh, I want to help so-and-so get to whatever rank, or I want to help them get to silver and all these things. And we can't forget our own personal business in the midst of all of that. Okay, so a couple of encouragements. You do not have to be perfect in order to do this business. Just take it from me. Messy mom life, messy whatever life you are living currently. Life can get messy, but in the midst of it, we can still do Plexus. Like, guys, my lists are ridiculous. Like, I have them on a clipboard, and they're literally scraps of paper of people's names, people I've chatted with, people that I've thought of that maybe could benefit from Plexus products. And so I am the queen of no excuses for myself. And I just wanted to say, you entrepreneurs are special people. Thank you for being on tonight. It's an honor to be on with you. And I'm proud of you for taking the time to set aside an hour of your time to pop on and glean some tips, glean some encouragements, and to work. So let's see. I have a couple of things written down. I absolutely love helping other people. I love the creativity that this business brings. I love trying new things and learning to do things better. So this is all about learning the things, right? And I don't think it matters what level you get to, the goal that you hit. We're all learning. And that's the fun thing about this, is that we can be basically teaching and coaching each other, right? So if you have things to say and questions to ask, or if you have something that is working well for you, put it in the chat thread so we can all glean, okay? I don't have anything life-shattering to share with you. I'm not fancy. I'm half the time not even organized. But I wanted to share a story. So for the convention contest, I did not bring the word to my team, but we held 7th place for most of the contest, which is super exciting, super fun. The last 2 or 3 weeks of the contest, it slipped, and we were in 8th spot. And my sponsors told me, they said, you have got to work your own business. Like, you have to add level 1s. You have to personally sponsor. You have to max your PV. I'm sharing these things with you because I learned some things about that intentional, focused IPA time, where I was not trying to coach my team like I was, but my main focus was, okay, I got to get 10 new customers. Oh my word, I've got to sign as many level 1s as I can this month. Because again, it goes back to control what you can control, trust the team for the rest, right? The only thing that you can control directly is your own activity. And so I will just say that messaging works. I literally sent out hundreds of messages in April, and I don't say that to freak anyone out or to discourage anyone, or I think sometimes when I say what I have done to get where I am, I'm always a little bit afraid that, oh man, I don't want to overwhelm someone. But I'm just going to tell you, the more people that you talk with, the more conversations you're going to start, and the more people over time you will be able to help with Plexus. Okay, and this is about not making the sale necessarily as much as it is, if we can't help people unless we get the products into people's hands. Like, I love that Jessica Heffley says that, because that was just like a clicker for me. I was like, that makes so much sense, because you have all these people that want to learn, they'll say yes to an event, they'll keep chatting with us, but that decision to let's get started on the products, okay, that's a very important thing. So direct messages, that's what I do. I don't do a lot of relationship building in the sense that like I'm messaging people. Sometimes generically I do, but a lot of times, especially if there's a specific, like I'm reaching out for a specific reason, and that is to share Plexus with people. And so I'm direct when I approach people. So that's my personal, that's how I reach out to people. So I thought tonight that we could break our time into 3 chunks. And I think we'll start with follow-ups first. And I'm going to give you some examples really quick. So if you guys, I mean, some of you may be on just to hear, you know, what I'm here to say, and maybe you're working as well. That's fine. You know, message your people if you have a message that works for you that you love, or some people you're trying to follow up with real quick. That's great. But for those of you who want to hear some stuff that I'm saying, just to get some ideas, I'm going to share those with you. So, okay, when I'm following up, who am I following up with? Okay, I'm following up with a bunch of the people that I talked to in April that haven't made a decision to start yet. And I'm extremely short and brief when I message those people. So I'm just saying, for example, Amanda. Hey, Amanda, there's a Plexus special that just came out. Curious if you're ready to start. That's literally all I say. Short and sweet is really important. The other thing I'll just say really quick is I learned from this book by Vanessa Van Edwards. Have you guys read that book? Oops, it doesn't have her cover on it. My kids took it off. But anyways, it's called Captivate. It's kind of a spin-off of How to Win Friends and Influence People. I highly recommend it. It's like how to basically people skills, and we can all brush up on those, right? So she said when we're beginning conversations, whether in person or in social media, to use a spark. So when you say, hey girl, I mean, everyone says that, right? Or hi Vanessa, that's how everyone starts messages. She said use a word that starts differently than other people use. You want to be remembered and you want to intrigue people from that first header, right? And so she said so many, like there was a percentage, so many more people respond better to howdy than hi, right? Because it's different. Howdy's not the way I speak. So I just say something like usually like, hey, I say happy Monday. And then I'll put a little emoji. Happy Monday, Amanda, and then like little hearts or something, just to kind of be different and break up messages that they may be getting from other people. So that's the way I'm following up with my people that started, that we started conversations with in April. And I'm specifically reaching out to them because of this Plexus special, which is the $9.95 sign up, the join fee, right, for ambassadors. So I'm going to work on getting some of those people to ask more questions, or maybe we can get them on the phone to sign up. So I'm going to be quiet and we're going to follow up for the next 15 minutes with people. If you don't have a follow-up list, then I would recommend going back through your conversations and making a list so you can keep track of those. So I say I'm not organized. I'm organized to a point. I'm organized to a point of productivity for myself. So it doesn't look pretty because the type A person that I am, I would love it to look pretty as well. I just don't have time for that right now in my life. So it looks a little messy, but I'm organized enough so that I hopefully don't lose people. You know what I mean? So we're going to meet for 15 minutes. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat thread. And I might pop on if I forgot to say something about that. But, the other thing I forgot to mention, the other people I'm going to be following up with are people that I sent samples to in April. The people that maybe participated in a giveaway that I did, but hadn't gotten started yet, because usually the losers of my giveaways, I will send a little personal special to. So I'll follow up with those people. And anyone that attended one of my events in April. So those are the people, your fence sitters, your sampler people, the people that attended your events. Okay, let's go. Okay. It's been, and we have like 1 minute left, but I was going to pop on and share. So I was posting, I logged into Zoom from my phone so I could copy and paste some of the messages. So I put a couple of examples there just so you guys can see. Sometimes I start over from fresh, like just start fresh with a message like I did for Tanya. I'm just honest with people. Like it has literally been a whirlwind. So like I'm just now following up with people that didn't quite get started last Monday. And I'm just honest, like it's been crazy here. So sorry, you know, sometimes I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'm just getting back with you. I think people track with that, like crazy life stuff, because it's probably crazy on their end too, if we're honest. I do like to put my name at the end, and I will also say that I do copy and paste stuff. I tweak it, obviously, and I'm not a hey girl person or hey sweets or hey girly. Like those are reserved for like certain people in my life, not for across the board people that I don't know that well. So wanted to kind of just say FYI, I like to be personalized, like especially with using their name. And sometimes if there's something that is personal to them, I'll add that too. So, I mean, it kind of depends on, you know, what you're feeling that day or whatever. But I do like to be creative with my messages. Sometimes if creativity is not there, or if I'm just trying to follow up with a lot of people, I will copy and paste and tweak, you know, to personalize it. So, okay. So we talked about following up, and just a quick story about follow-up. My sponsor, Carrie Netherton, was the follow-up queen. Jessica Heffley trained her very well about the fortune is in the follow-up, yes, for one, and also follow-up is professional. I don't know if you guys have read the Get Over Yourself book, but she talks about how vital follow-up is and how professional it is, right? You're not annoying people. You're only annoying people if you're being annoying, right? I'm always excited for people. So have that mindset. Don't have the mindset that, oh, I'm just bugging people or I'm annoying them, because I said no to Plexus for almost 2 years because I didn't have enough information. If I would have had enough information, I would have said yes. The other thing in light of follow-up is when I realized that Plexus was about gut health and about cleaning, like cleansing your body and nutrient absorption, like all these things that I tracked with, because I didn't need weight loss. That's what I thought it was when I first heard about it. And so I literally messaged every single person on Facebook doing Plexus at the time. And there was I think 2-3 people that responded. Well, actually a lot of them responded back, but hardly anyone did the follow-up. There was a girl that followed up with me because she promised me a sample. I think I was gold or senior gold by the time she actually followed up, because it had been months. She's like, I'm so sorry, we were moving and I didn't get to follow up with you. I'm like, I'm sorry, I already signed up. Oops. She missed out, right? It's important to follow up. And Carrie was not annoying. I was in the busy mom mode. I just had my 5th baby, and she was Johnny on the spot. Hey, Megan, what other questions do you have? What other information can I send over for you? She was helping. She was literally helping me to make that choice and make that decision and help me get the information that I needed. So, and she did finally follow up with a special, and that's why I signed up. Not that that's why I signed up, but it gave me an urgency to just get it done, because I knew I wanted to do it. It's just like a matter of, you know, timing. So, okay, anyone with questions, just feel free to put them in the comments. All right, so now we're going to go to, let's go to our Frank's list now. And I'm actually going to put some examples in the comments. Let me find my message thread here. Okay, so I copied and pasted some messages that I have been using, and I copied and pasted them to myself. So I'm going to copy and paste them in this chat thread, but I'll read you my favorite one. And this is kind of a spin-off of Brooke Hemingway's, and I like it because it immediately debunks the whole "this is awkward" feeling, because it allows the person to not be interested if they're not interested, if that makes sense. So I said, happy weekend, Rachel, heart emoji. You may be 1,000% not interested, And I'm reaching out to Facebook friends about Plexus since it has blessed my health so significantly. I have no idea if you're even looking for something to enhance your health, but wanted to see if you or anyone you know is currently looking for some great probiotics, multivitamins with aloe and omegas. I have run, and then this was last month, but I have the largest specials I've ever run to hit a huge goal by the end of April. Is this something you would be interested in? So you don't have to do your own special this month because Plexus has one, right? So when you're reaching out to new people, consider sharing it with them, giving them an out that it's okay if they're not interested, and also asking for a referral if they're not interested, right? So those are, I feel like that message, I like how it's structured because it has several different things in there. And then it also asks a question at the end, and that's important because it helps people want to respond to you. So another thing that I have been sending out today is similar. And so I said, happy Monday, Yvonne. And it's the same, you may be 1,000% uninterested. And then I went on to say, after the probiotics, multivitamins, and omega, I said, we just launched a super clean skincare line, or we also just launched a super clean skincare line on Saturday. And I'm looking for peeps to try it with me. Is this something you would be interested in? So just asking a question. It's just inviting. And, you know, when I'm sending out messages, I like to begin it with a spark, so something that's going to spark their interest. Okay, so don't forget to add some emojis and to make it personal to you. The one thing that I would say is I frame the messages depending on how I know the person. That's to someone I don't know. If it's someone I do know, I always reference something that we have chatted about recently, or hey, or I'm like completely honest with them and like, hey, for whatever reason you keep coming to mind, and I thought I should reach out to you about Plexus because it's been such a blessing to our family. And curious if you've ever tried it or if you've looked into it. I have an event coming up or whatever the case might be, all right? So I would say how you would approach someone in person is how you should be when you're messaging someone on social media. And it shouldn't feel like a copy-paste message. I mean, I do send copy-paste messages, but I try to personalize it enough. And especially if I know the person or if there's something that some point of connection, I try to also have that in, because that's how I would talk to someone in person. You know what I mean? I wouldn't just go up and say, hey, never heard of Plexus type of thing. I would lead into the conversation with some back and forth, give and take type of thing. Okay, so I do have a list of people. I use my downloaded Facebook friends list. I also use the green dots. Do you guys ever do that on Facebook Messenger? So like you can go to your Facebook Messenger and see who's active and scroll down to the people you don't normally interact with. Like I feel like all the ones at the top are my Plexus people, right? Because I'm talking with them all the time. But I do message my green dot people. So people that are active at that, whatever time I pop on and want to do a blitz. And I just message them and tell them about Plexus or tell them about an event I'm hosting if they're interested, or maybe they know of someone that's interested. I feel like that's a really, really great way to reach out. So let's reach out to our Franks list, or if you don't have your Franks list made, or you just want to try the green dot approach, you can see how you know the person. Maybe you don't know them at all. And you can reference that too. As I reference that sometimes, like, hey, I am not sure how we connected, but I'm actually doing a little reach out session right now and to share Plexus with people because it's, helped me with XYZ. And I know that has the ability to help so many other people. And I was just curious if you've ever heard of it or if you know of someone that could benefit from this. I would love to hear your thoughts. It's as simple as that. So let's meet for another 10, 15, and then we'll do our last little section of peeps, okay? I'm going to go ahead and mute, but I'm also going to put my examples in the chat thread just so you can see those. And if you want to copy and paste them to your computer or your phone, you can do that and save them and tweak them to make them you, okay? Because we want to be us, whether we're in person or whether we're on social media. Okay, was there a question? Okay, a question about the ingredients. That would be a question to go research on the team pages or in your back office. Okay, anyone do any scary ones? Okay, if you did, give yourself a round of applause because that's super exciting, super scary. And a lot of times, like I messaged a lot of people in April, and some of them were very scary. And I crafted the message and I was like, send. I did it. Okay, so if you feel scared, that's okay. Okay, I think that, whoops, someone said they were scared. Okay, that's good. Doing scary things is important, right? But I think we always have to frame it as, you know what, we're sharing something that's been a blessing to us, and you never know who's praying for an answer. So I did want to mention one thing. So proud of you if you sent scary messages. Did you see my little challenge? Message one green dot person tonight. Someone that's active on Facebook right now. I currently have 451 people active on Facebook right now. So good time to message people. So message at least one of those people that you've not chatted with about Plexus with and just reach out to them. I did want to say that being productive is contested. How many of you are on your phone and you're like seeing all these messages like coming up from your teammates? Or you go onto Facebook and you're like, whoa, and you start to scroll and you're like, oh yeah, what am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be messaging. So focus, we have to focus. And this is harder to do than scrolling. Scrolling and liking and commenting is much easier. This is the work that will get you results, right? You're wanting to share Plexus with people, wanting to help people with their health or their finances, whatever you're reaching out about, the products or the business. And you making that first step is key. And whatever your goal is this month, this is going to help you get there. If you're wanting to go silver for the first time, or if you're going for a big rank up and you have to be personally sponsoring people, because the speed of the leader is the speed of the team. Your team will be doing about a half or a fourth of what you do, right? And you're leading by example, okay? And that, what I call that is Plexus energy. When you start doing the things, it's funny how you're just actively reaching out and following up, and then it's like these like wild cards, and these people randomly message you that you like weren't even like on your radar, or maybe you get some Instagram reach outs or whatever, or some people reaching out on Instagram because you're just doing the things. Has anyone ever had that happen? So crazy, but it does happen. So get yourself into focus mode with your own personal productivity and see if that happens to you. I'm curious. Okay, now we're going to move into our last section of reach outs, and those would be our team members. So who's excited about the Joyome that came out? I'm super pumped. I can't wait to try it. I feel like I'm on the younger end of a product like that, but I'm excited to do some before and afters just to see what it does. I have not been a skincare guru, so I'm curious how it will affect my skin. And okay, so in light of the Joyome that came out, you will be able to, well, one, bless your team, because these products, this new product that just came out is awesome. And we want people to be trying it and seeing what their results are, right? So they have access to the VIP pack. So if you have not messaged all your teammates, I did this on Friday. I messaged all of my level ones. Glory, hallelujah, that was a huge job. I did that for hours on my way to Lynn's house. So if you have not done that, now's the time to do that, because there's actually a little window of time that your ambassadors can still register to get the VIP pack. And I'm not sure when that video is going to come out, but there'll be a replay of the Too Big to Miss that was on Saturday. So reach out to your team if you have not yet, and check to see if they registered for it. It does not have to be overly complicated. You just reach out and say, hey, did you get registered for the VIP pack of the Joyome? I'm so excited about it. Yada yada. It doesn't need to be anything super earth-shattering or astounding, just to reach out and check to see if they registered for it. Another thing, you always want to be making sure that your people are also thinking about their people. So you could just always, and I learned this from Jessica, she said she assumes that her leaders already did it, but you could just say, hey, I would love to hear who on your team is super excited, who has ordered their Joyome. Okay, if your team is a little bit on the smaller side, you might be able to do that if their teams are smaller. So one thing that I'm doing is, okay, so I messaged all my people. Do not forget about your old ambassadors, meaning maybe people that ordered a year ago or 2 years ago or more, or maybe people that are kind of inconsistent, like they'll make a bulk order and they won't order for 3 months, or they consistently order just the slim. Those are people to reach out to about this Joyome product as well. And this is what I am saying to my people, because I would love to have some people trying the product with me. And so I'm saying, happy Monday, Kenna. I'm honestly not sure where you're at with Plexus and if you've thought about restarting or not, but I did want to let you in on the scoop that Plexus just released a new skincare line called Joyome. I'm excited to try it, and I'm looking for teammates who are game for trying it with me. Curious if you'd be interested. So I will copy and paste that message for you guys if you want to, whatever, borrow it. So I am messaging team members about the VIP pack, about getting registered for that, about getting it ordered, because there's limited supply. Like, they need to get on it and order it. The other thing that's going to help with, oops, my connection is unstable. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. The other thing that's going to help with is your pay point in your pay points, because as people order those, they're going to be commission qualified. And so you may see a huge jump in your points, and that's a huge point collector way of increasing your points this month. I know of a friend that was able to promote last year because so many people wanted in on the the big reveal from last May. So this May into the next 3 or 4 months is going to be crucial for businesses. And so this is kind of the jump start. Okay. So message all of your level ones and share with them. And so I'm going to put that message. So this is actually a message to an inactive person on my team. So do not be afraid to reach out to those people. People restart all the time. And I want my people restarting with me, not their friend that's now doing Plexus, because I want to keep enough of a relationship going with those people that they feel comfortable and confident in coming back to me and saying, yeah, I would like to get restarted. So another way to reach out to your team is to check convenience orders. Make sure your team has their convenience orders turned on. And I always go to that new ambassador report in the back office, and I scroll down and I sort by date, join date, and I see who does not have a convenience order set up. Click on it, see who the sponsor is, and message the sponsor. And just say, hey, so-and-so forgot to turn on their subscription. Just letting you know so you can help them get that set up. Because that will directly affect their consistency with the products and their success with the products. So we want them on at least for 3 months. I tell people if they're not willing to commit for that amount of time, then they should be a preferred customer. And then they can always upgrade. Okay, 5 minutes. Let's go message some teammates real quick. Okay, an hour is up. I'm off to go tuck in my kids. You guys, if you have more people to follow up with or reach out to, keep going. You guys are doing great. So proud of you. Thank you everyone for popping on the call. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. But yes, reach out, Blitz or Blast. Yes, those blitzes are so important. If you guys have never done those, do the blitzing. I did it in April, and that was a big focus of mine. And I'll just say it works. It totally works. I think I signed up 10 customers and 8 customers and 6 investors. I think it was something like that. But I'm telling you that because the blitzing does work. It just opens up conversations, and you'll be able to follow up and sign up as you go on your way through the month. And plus, we have that cool special in order to help people get off the fence. So reach out. Don't be scared. You guys can do it. All righty. Have a great night, guys. Bye.